Welcome to the second video in the Font Fun Fridays series. Today we are breaking through creative boundaries. We're going to use one font, a couple of different elements to create a really bold, powerful design using different tools and features in Silhouette Studio. Hi, I'm Brenda Lambert. I'm a TJC licensed instructor for Silhouette. You've found your way to Silhouette Success. I do hope you're going to join our little community. We would love to have you. This is our inspiration design. We'll be using this fist. I grabbed this image from Canva. It is a PNG on a transparent background, so we will have to work with this just a little bit to get the correct cut lines. We'll do that in a minute or two. I got the cracked Glass SVG from Creative Fabrica, and I can link that in the description. Let's set our inspiration piece over to the side so we can use it for a reference, and grab a cursor because we need to type out the word limits. And I have been using Halloween fonts a lot lately. It's not quite appropriate for this design. So let's open up our textile panel and let's look for a font that is thick and sans serif. We don't want it too fancy here. I'm going to go with this one here. We are going to stretch this out now so everyone can see it a little bit better and set the color to red. And we will have to ungroup these letters because I have the first three on one side, the last three on the other side. But you need to be aware that as soon as you ungroup this, it will no longer be a text element. And if you hover, the name of the font will no longer come up. Once you ungroup, it becomes a design element, not a text element. Let's right-click and ungroup. We can grab the first three letters, right-click, and group those together so that the spacing stays consistent, and do the same with the last three as well. I'm going to set these down at the bottom and bring in the fist. Let's go to the send page so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. The outside detail is lined in red, which means that is going to cut. The inside detail is not lined in red, and this is not going to give us what we need. So let's go to the design page again and open up the trace panel. We can click on select trace area and draw a box out around this, and it's going to light up in yellow. It is black and white, so this is going to trace well. The gray detail, I'm not really concerned with, so I'm not going to adjust my threshold at all. I just want the black areas to trace. So let's click on trace. That has generated the red cut lines. We can pull the image away now, select the cut lines, and fill those in with black. I'm going to set the cut lines to black as well. When we go to the send page now, you can see that all of these details are going to cut. This is what we need. Now I can take the first half of my word and set it over here. Take the second half of my word and set it over here. I do have my smart snapping enabled, so you can see when it lines the top and bottom up, that blue line lights up. And you kind of want the fist to be somewhat in the middle. Once it's in the middle, that blue line lights up as well. And now you know everything is where it should be. And we are good to carry on. Now I'm going to select the first half of my word and hold down my shift key so I can also select the second half of my word. Right click and group those together so we can work with this all as one piece. Now we need to manipulate the shape of our letters so that it looks more like this design. If you know which tool I'm going to use to accomplish this, pause the video, put your guess down in the comments. Got it? Okay, we are going to open up the warp panel, and we're going to choose warp selected shapes, and when we click on that, this graph-like box pops up, and we can use the squares and circles to manipulate the shape of whatever element we've selected. Now, I want a little bit more control over my shape, so I'm going to increase the number of columns I only really need 2 because I want to be able to adjust the center height and the ends as well. I'm going to start with the center, and I'm going to bring this orange square to the top of the fist, and I'm going to bring the bottom square down to the bottom of the fist. And you can see how that's already starting to change the shapes of the letters. While I'm at it, I'm going to shrink the ends just a little bit to really give it that 3D effect. Now this is getting really close, but we don't want these curves. We want sharper angles. We can grab onto these red circles and adjust them just a bit and smooth out this green line so that it's no longer curved. Now, I think this is pretty close. It's hard to tell with that grid in the way, so we can click off of that. The grid will disappear, and you can see if anything else needs adjustments. When you click back on it, the grid reappears. You can make more adjustments, or if it looks the way you want it, you can release the warp. Now, once again, our letters are all separated. And if this was going to be the last adjustments to the letters that we were going to make, we could right click and group them together and carry on. However, when you use the warp panel, the software does something kind of funky, and it actually separates the color layer from the cut layer, which again is fine if you're not going to modify this any further. But because we are going to be working with this a bit more, we need to pull our color away so that we're just left with the cut lines. And I want to show you too real quick in the send page. These are the cut lines. This is the fill color layer. These won't actually cut, but they will interfere with us designing further. So let's go back to the design page, select all of the color layer, right click and delete. Now we can go through and select all of our letters and fill them in with color. And now we are good to move on. I do want to select all of them again and make sure that they're grouped together so that I don't accidentally knock them out of place. Now the design is coming together. However, if we cut this out of vinyl and made it into a decal, we would get all kinds of lumps and bumps in here where the black overlaps the red. Let's fix this so that it will be a nice smooth decal once it's cut. We can select the fist shape, open up our offset panel and create an offset. And I'm using a distance of 0.01. I can click on apply, and I want to right click and group all of those pieces together. Now with the offset still selected, I can hold down my shift key, grab the letters, and open up the modify panel. And we need to either subtract or subtract all. I want the offset to actually disappear. So that means I need to choose subtract. If I use subtract all, the offset layer would still remain in the design, but we want it to go away. So let's click on subtract. It has ungrouped our letters. There are a lot of little pieces in here. Let's right click and group. Now we can pull this fist away and you can see there is a cutout. And this part of the decal is going to set right in there. It's going to be nice and smooth, no lumps and bumps. If we hit the undo button, we can set that right back into place and carry on. Now we need to get the shattered glass effect into these letters. Let's grab our SVG and we'll need to right click and bring that to the front because when you're using the modify panel, it's like a cookie cutter. Whatever shape you have on top is going to be cut out of the bottom layer. We can set this in place. We can play around a little bit with the size and the angle of it. Okay, so the shattered glass SVG is going to cut away from these letters, but it's not going to interfere with the cuts we made for the fist. So that looks good. Let's duplicate this. and set this one over to the other side and go through that process again. This side looks like it might need to be a little bit larger. Once you have that set up, you can select both of your shattered glass effects and your letters. And once again, we're going to choose subtract, and you can see that effect, but you can also see there are a lot of different pieces here. Let's right click and group again so that nothing gets out of place. Now at this point in time, this design looks really close to this design. It's exactly what we were going for. However, when we go to cut this, there are going to be a lot of editing points, a lot of nodes, and that's going to give us rough cuts, and it's going to take a long time to cut. We can fix that by simplifying our designs. Let's double click on the fist. That brings up the editing points. You can see the node count down here is 1,546. We can move up here and click on simplify, and that brought it down to 629. It's going to be a much better cut. Now we're going to do the same thing for the letters. Right click and make a compound path, and it switched to blue. That's okay. We're going to switch it right back to red. Double click to bring up the editing points. We have 1,157 nodes. We can click on simplify, and that brings it down to 559. When you are creating your own designs, this is a very important step to get those nice clean cuts. If you want to resize the design once you're done, you'll grab the letters and the fist, right click and group them together, and you can scale it up or down using the corners and just dragging, or you can enter an exact height or width at the top. Since we're using two different colors of vinyl here, we will need to ungroup it to cut. We'll leave the red up at the top, bring the black down to the bottom. When we go to the send page, we can run this through the machine. Just select your tools and your materials, and you are good to go. Now, if you have learned anything at all, please hit the like button. It helps me out a ton. Drop a comment if you'd like. And if you are going to make this design, head over to Facebook, join the Silhouette Success Group so you can share your work. I would love to see it. In the hopes of creating a more interactive community, I went over to Patreon and created an account. It is brand new. There are two different tiers. One of them is free, but either way you go, you're going to get some free SVGs and a couple extra tips and tricks that you're not going to find here on YouTube or Facebook. Now go create something amazing, and I'll see you over there.